Welcome to Motivational Principles and Personalization Needs for Geo-Crowdsourced Intangible Cultural Heritage Mobile Applications, a paper written for the Patch Workshop of the 12th of July 2020 by Federica, Lucia, Vinella, Ioanna, Lykourentzou and Konstantinos, Papangelis. Whether it's for altruistic reasons, personal gains, or third parties' interests, users are influenced by different kinds of motivations when making use of mobile geo-crowdsourcing applications, geoCAs. A functional geoCA, particularly if designed for Volunteered Geographic Information (PGI), is the one that persuades and engages its users by accounting for their diversity of needs across a period of time. By providing an overview of personalization research and digital behaviour intervention for geo-crowdsourced ICH, the paper examines the most relevant usability and trigger factors for different crowd users, supported by a range of technology-based principles. In addition, we present the case of StoryBee, a mobile geoCA designed for crafting stories by collecting and sharing users-generated content based on their location and favorite places. Recently, an increased interest has risen for the use of crowdsourcing to gather geographical ICH data through the participation of citizens who can upload, share, and recommend content. Engaging users both in producing and in benefiting of the content is something that Participatory Geographical Information Systems (PGIS) have been good at. Such an application can create a safe zone from where the act of understanding cultural diversity on one hand and the growth of personal sensitivity towards the heterogeneity of ICH on the other can together develop into practices that are widely taken up and encouraged. Research have conducted a survey to try understanding which motivational factors were relevant to OpenStreetMap OSM volunteers. For their survey, they divided OSM volunteers into two groups, serious mappers and casual mappers, based on how much and how often they contributed, as well as how long they had been contributing. The 6 mappers types are map lovers and experts, also known as groupies, casual mappers, media mappers, passive mappers, open mappers, paid mappers. Map lovers are motivated by simplification, value, and trust. Casual mappers prefer moderate forums and community platforms. Media mappers are driven by competitions, mapping parties, and special rewards. Passive mappers value passive and automated collection of information. Open mappers are motivated by enhancement and simplification of the open source mapping tools. Paid mappers look in specific for financial rewards. Listing the 5 big guidelines for designing open contribution systems. 1. Make the act of contribution easy, without technical, logistic, legal, or intellectual barriers. 2. Make participation a side effect, principle of passive mapping. 3. Prioritize on editing, discourage the creation of disjointed content by providing templates to ease the job to be done. Reward the users, but don't over-reward active participants, otherwise they may end up dominating the whole project. And promote quality contributors, for example, by reputation ranking. Multiple strategies known to adaptive systems would be applicable also to crowdsourced ICH mobile applications. Strategies such as competition, comparison, cooperation, customization, rewards, self-monitoring, feedback, suggestion, simulation, trace, and personalization are known to yield positive results. Based on the literature, we developed a recommendation for our ICH app StoryBee, which captures ICH in cities for crowdsourcing. StoryBee is an Android application developed in the context of Utrecht University Research IT Innovation Program for a project called Collaborative Crowdsourcing Tools for Sustaining Intangible Urban Heritage. Great emphasis has been put on the user experience as interaction created together with others. StoryBee was designed as a tool for the enjoyment of the co-experience. The tool allows people to communicate emotions with each other by mobile multimedia technology. It offers a list of stories crafted by its contributors and filtered by its moderators, enriched with images and metadata provided by the users themselves. The user is allowed to browse other user stories, search for the ones in the vicinity, geolocating them with GPS technology, and even keep a log of published and unpublished stories. The collectively crafted stories are then tightly linked with the places of interest from which they originated and are presented in the form of cards. For each card, for example, Freiburg, Plaza di España, etc., the interface offers an intuitive overview of the amount of stories written in that area by all contributors, the last time the user visited the place of interest, plus an iconic image of the area for easy identification. The framework's ability to engage and motivate the crowd is primarily, but not only, based on the gamification experience of visiting cultural sites, provided by the option to collect different types of trophies. Additionally, other features of the StoryBee application include the option to select stories from a particular area and to download them in offline mode, the option to read other people's stories by choosing the keywords or tags, the option to edit, permanently delete, and unpublish the authored story before it is assessed by the moderators, the option to unlock stories based on geographic proximity, and much more. The StoryBee features have been chosen based on three main groups of crowdsourcers: casual StoryBee users, cultural StoryBee experts, StoryBee administrators. The casual StoryBee users are generally visitors and inhabitants who want to discover the stories behind locations both popular and hidden. Cultural StoryBee experts are those cultural experts who want as many people as possible to discover the area and collect intangible cultural heritage. StoryBee administrators are the administrators who want to moderate and maintain all user content. To wrap up, the decision to opt for a digital medium when preserving ICH can significantly help the expansion of participation and outreach to a number of users, whilst increasing transparency. Templates, smart walks, making it side effects, and familiarity and proximity all reduce the amount of time, thought, and effort the user has to make in order to add content or use the app. Using gamification has also been proven beneficial. In this paper, we present an overview of the technologies, crowdsourcing tools, and systems to safeguard ICH and make more certain recommendations that can be used in the production of mobile ICH applications. Those recommendations, visualized in the mock-ups of StoryBee, can provide development teams with good ideas of what a cultural geolocated application could look like, how its features could be implemented, and how certain of its features could work. Going mobile would promote the continuous evolution and expansion of ICH, provided that regulators maintain a distinct role and take on a greater responsibility in preserving this particular facet of our cultural heritage. Thank you.